Disclaimer. Today I'm gonna work with acids and high pressure, and what I'm about to do can possibly be fatal or cause severe injuries. And it might also be illegal in some parts of the world or some regions, so don't try this at home. You have been warned. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look at this tank right here. It's a 200 bar 10 liter tank, and it's a very old tank. Last time this tank was serviced was 1981. So this tank was serviced 3 years before I was born. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna open it up. We're gonna check inside, and we're gonna remove the rust that will be on the inside, because this tank has been without air and the valve has been open, so there will be rust inside. We're gonna use acid to remove the rust, and then we're gonna service the tank valve by putting it in an ultrasonic cleaner. So that's what we're gonna do. The acid I am using is oxalic acid. It's a quite mild acid, so you will be able to work and take your time while doing this. So it's not like sulfuric acid or salt acid. So it's not that dangerous, but still you will be using safety goggles and probably a breathing apparatus, because this gives out some fumes that you don't want to breathe in, because that's bad for your lungs. This is a part of a rebarb, and as you can see, the top part has been in solution with the acid, and the bottom part is still very rusty. So this is iron clean, and this is rust. So we can probably presume that inside the tank it will look something like this, and when we're done it's gonna look something like this. So first part is to take off the tank valve. I have already prepared, so we're gonna remove this one, and we're gonna take it apart and then send it to the ultrasonic cleaner. So here we go, and we'll put the tank down for a while. Okay, so this is the tank valve. You have the tank knob, and here you put in the DIN connection to your regulator, and this one goes into the tank. As you can see, you need some tape to get it to seal tight towards the tank. So there is no O-rings or anything. So this is a very old tank. It's the valve is from Aquasport Sweden, and that would be Poseidon basically. So very old tank, and you can't take this to get serviced because it's not CE-marked, the tank bottle itself, and this is basically too old. But some people like diving with old gear, especially retro divers. So this can still be found, and people are still using it. So why would I would be any different? I don't know. Anyways, so this is the tank valve. This one goes down inside the bowl, so if you're swimming upside down, particles that might be in the bowl will not be able to be sucked into this hole, because they will be stuck down here instead. So that's a good thing. Almost all tank valves have these. So let's get started and demount it basically. First part is to take this one off. I have already unscrewed it a bit because you need some special tools, and I was using a pair of pliers right now, but I'm gonna show you later on in another episode how to make your own tool to get these off. So we'll be removing this. Inside is a spring,
And you can probably see that it's very, very, very dirty. You have like, let's see, if I get my dentist tool, very good stuff. This is grease and particles, and you don't want that near your scuba gear, basically. Once the spring and screw is removed, you can take off the tank knob. And here you find the first O-ring. It's basically not an O-ring, but it's a plastic washer. So remove that one. Then you need to remove the screw. I'm gonna need a wrench like this. I have already taking it down once just to be able to show you this rapidly. So I unscrew this right here, like this, and this is not supposed to follow, so we'll put that back. Here you can see you have another O-ring, so I'll use my dentist tool again to remove it. Try not to pierce it, because if you want to reuse it again, you can see this is good. It's not badly damaged or anything, so we can use it. Inside of this, there's another plastic spanner, so gonna pull that out very gently. I really recommend getting a dentist tool. Ask your old dentist, because they will throw this out eventually, because they get a bit worn down. So, but it's still good for us when we do service. So we're removing the other washer. This washer is not that okay. We might have to get a replacement. So we're gonna have to see if we can do that. And this is okay. Then we remove this one. This is what the tank knob is fitted on, and it will open and close the little screw inside the valve, which is basically opening and closing the tank. So remove that piston, take out the screw inside, and here you can see that this has some kind of plastic or rubber or something. It's green right now because of it has formed a chemical reaction with the surroundings, so that's basically rust and stuff like that. So we remove this, and now we have the tank valve completely disassembled. What's left is just this one, and all of this goes into the ultrasonic tank for like 30 minutes. But before you do that, you'll have to take like a toothbrush and scrub this down with some ordinary dish soap, or yeah, something mild that doesn't completely burn the steel and whatnot. So go over this with a toothbrush and some elbow grease, scrub, 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 and then down into the ultrasonic, and once you have done that, it's ready for putting back together, basically. So yeah, the tank valve is back from the ultrasonic cleaner. It's really nice. So we're gonna put it back together. First, the main part. And you put this one in like this, all the way in. You can use the little other thing to screw it back in like this, and this one also goes here. Then we're gonna put the O-rings back, and I'm gonna dip them in a bit of silicone spray. So I take my little special device like this to get it to go in. There we go, inside. And then I take it like this, and that, That one goes inside here. No, it doesn't. Let's see. First I'm gonna have the O-ring on this one. So back with the O-ring like that. That one is gonna fit nice and snugly in here like this. And pull the wrench like this, good enough. And this one goes on top, and then the tank valve goes right on here. Oh, I'm gonna use some silicone on this one as well, like this. Here we go. And that one on top. There we go. And then the spring. And here comes the tricky part. I like to turn the knob all the way back, so I got no other way around, right? No? There we go. And this is the tricky part. You're gonna pull this one back inside, and you could really use a tool to do this. I'm gonna show you how to make a tool to be able to do this later on. But right now I'm gonna use my fingers. So let's see if I can get it to stick. That's harder than I thought. Let's see. Come on. Nope. Okay. There we go, like this. And then you're gonna need a tool to just basically turn it around. But I need to make that tool first, but you will see that in a later video basically. So yeah, that's how you put it back together. And then it works. So if you're looking inside here, maybe you can see, maybe you can't, but when I start turning the piston thing, the first one, it will basically shut the tank like that. Yeah, and that's it. Okay, so next up is acid in the tank. There are several different methods of doing this. I'm gonna try with oxalic acid. It's not quite as aggressive like salt acid or whatever, but please be careful when doing this because it's still acid. Use protective eye gear and be careful basically. So I'm gonna mix it in some hot water, and then I'm gonna pour it into the tank and I'm gonna slush it all around. And since there's quite a lot of rust in this tank, I'm gonna just let it stay in the tank for a while, and be sure to turn the tank over every 10 minutes or so. So this is inside the bowl. As you can see, there's quite a lot of rust, and that needs to be dealt with. As of now, this tank would not be qualified in an inspection, so we need to deal with the rust. Fortunately, it's mostly rust on the surface of the tank, so I think we will be able to remove it safely, and that's the next step. Okay, and we're gonna need something to mix it around with. Some air. as I said, use protective eye gear, of course. Yeah. Mine are over there, so yeah. Okay, then we get the tank. We get a funnel like this, and we just pour in the water. Hot water with oxalic acid. Don't get this in your eyes. You can see it's coming some drips and blah blah blah. So avoid the eyes, please. Okay. Yeah. Remove that one. Take a rag or something. Push it down the hole. We don't want it to spill. Oh, there's some distinct smell. It's probably not that good to breathe in either. And we'll take this. And then we just slush it around. This. What we're gonna do next, once we have let the acid do its work, is that we're gonna take the tank and empty all the acid and rinse it off with some hot water, and then we're gonna blow dry it. But I'm gonna do that in the bathroom, so we're gonna have to move a bit. But right now we're just gonna let it work its magic for a while. So yeah, gonna put it down. Let's see what we got. Nothing so far, no rust, but we'll see. We'll do an inspection of it. Now I got it all over my hands, so good thing it's not very aggressive, otherwise I would probably be in a world of pain. But what you're gonna do is that you need to go and wash your hands really careful and just keep it safe, basically. So yeah, you can see when I'm polishing the top of the tank, you get some rust going immediately. So we'll just do like this, and we'll let it sit. Hopefully it don't run out right now. Good. And I just leave it on the carpet and roll it over every now and then. And that's about it. So next up is emptying the acid, and then we're going to the bathroom. But it will take a while, and you don't need to stick around because this is YouTube, so I have prepared. So okay, so the rust is gone, and we're gonna do like this, that we're gonna dump out the acid, and then we're gonna take the tank to the toilet, or the bathroom at least, and we're gonna fill it up with hot water. The reason why we're using hot water is, first of all, we want to rinse off all the acid, And then we want the tank to get very hot. So when we're gonna blow dry it, we want the tank to be hot so that all the water can evaporate quickly. Because if we have water left in the tube, when yeah, basically it will all start to flash rust again. So that's what's gonna be done, and yeah, just look at what I'm doing, but don't do it at home. Okay? So we take all that nice acid and dump it back into the container. This can be used again. Oh, you see it changed color also. Don't get it on yourself. Splashes a bit. Use protective eye gear, of course. Mine are still on the wall. Okay, that was all of the acid. It has a nice green color to it. Like this. Very pleasant. Don't drink this, even though it looks like some kind of lemonade. So next up is the shower. Okay, so we're gonna put it on the hottest there is. Kitty, stay away, shield your eyes. Let's see if I can do this without getting totally wet. Like this. There we go. It smells terrific. Not really, but hey. Like this. And we slush it around. And we pour it out. We're going to have to repeat this a couple of times. Psst. Go away, kitty. You don't want to drink this. He's strangely obsessed with water, this cat. Now we're gonna get the compressor running, and I have built a small thing so I can put air into it quite easily. Just jam that one in there, and I'm really sorry, but it's gonna get loud, so cover your ears. And the kitty is gone. Okay, let's see what we got here. Are you dry? Good thing that I didn't brought my funny little lamp. So let's see if I can spot anything. Okay, it looks like It's completely dry and I don't see any rust. Good. Very good. So, gonna shake around. Yeah, let's blow it some more. Okay, what I was gonna say is that you don't want to skip out on this part because you don't want any water at all in the tank once you put the valve back on. So make sure you blow it off really good. Okay. Now that's done, we're gonna inspect inside. I'll let you see as well. And then it's just to put the valve back on and it's ready for fill. So yeah, that's how I do it. Okay, so we can see hardly any rust at all. I would say that this is very good considering. Maybe I can do a tank tumbling, but I am happy with this result. So we're gonna fill this up with air. Okay, so here you have it. Now filled up with air. This model has a slightly stupid tank valve, so you'll have to use tape around it. Make sure to use a special gas tape or sealing tape. I don't know what it's called. Either way, it works well. I overflowed from 200 bar, so all I got was 100 bar in it, but it will hold the 200 bars without problem. The thing is about this that I can't take it to an inspection place because it's not CE marked, and that is basically a requirement to be able to inspect tanks in Sweden. So yeah, this will have to do. I feel comfortable by using it, no problem, and I think I'm gonna give it a new coat of paint. This is base paint, so I need to put a nice, maybe I'll go white, I don't know, maybe gray or something. But either way, it works. Yeah, so job well done basically. Now it should be safe, it should not rust inside since it's compressed air inside. But do not try this at home. If you're not certain what you're doing, this could be very dangerous. I mean, even 100 bars, if it blows, you might die if you're standing next to it. So don't try this at home basically. But yeah, last time this was serviced was 1981, so it has been a while, but it still works. Some people like using old equipment like this because it's retro. I prefer to use working equipment, but since this is working, I feel comfortable taking it out diving. I have my, well, I would say training kit on it, but basically this is a kit that I use when I'm pool diving or something like that. So it only has one regulator and a pressure gauge. So yeah, I think it worked out well. Don't you agree? As I said, do not try this at home, but hey, it works. it's clean. The acid did its job very well, and the ultrasonic cleaner did its job very well on the tank valve indeed. So yeah, time to do some diving, I guess. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and as always, I see you around.